Hi, I'm Radhika from Yoga Plus Therapies, and we're going to do a chair yoga class, but actually it's James behind the camera who's going to be speaking. I'm just going to be doing all the demonstrations. So James.
Hi everyone, it's James here. So this is a special chair yoga, ideal for when you're traveling and you don't have a lot of space to do your yoga practice. So it can be a beginner's level, but it also can work up towards an intermediate level with some of the practices. We're going to start first, just sitting yourself down comfortably, maybe a little bit towards the chair front so you can have your feet flat to the floor. Rest your hands on your thighs, maybe palms facing up. Take a moment to center yourself. Feel the feet grounded. Feel the thighs and sit bones grounded to the chair. Allow the spine to be upright. Shoulders relaxed. Feel the head just resting upwards. Being mindful that you haven't poked the chin forward. Breathe easily, feeling the sensations of breath in and out through the nose. Aim to try to slow the breath, slower than everyday breathing. We're going to move into some warm-ups now. When you're ready, starting with the neck. So we're just going to gently stretch the neck up and down. So inhaling, lifting the throat open, looking upward. Exhale, drop the chin down to the breastbone and releasing through the neck. Just repeat that twice more. Just feel the sensations of freeing up the neck area. Now we're going to turn the head to the left and the right, exhaling into the twist, inhaling forward, loosening that neck 3 times each way. Good. Let's begin to circle and shrug through the shoulders, lifting them up, back and around. 3 times backwards, freeing up those shoulder blades, and then 3 times forwards. Keep those shoulder blades loose and easy throughout the practice. Now, interlock the fingers, press the palms outward and raise the hands up overhead. If your shoulders are tight, keep them a little forward, otherwise press right up. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms back down, and repeat twice more. Breathing in, opening up, breathing out, releasing down. Feel that movement through the shoulders, the arms, the shoulder blades, and the upper back. Now we're going to do circling moves for the wrist and elbows. Bring the hands forward with the palms up. Circle the hands inward, back wrists together, circle them out, and repeat 3 times in that flowing movement. Once you've done 3 one way, reverse it the other way. Smooth and easy, keeping that connection of wrists and hands. Good. Now, Breathe in and stretch the arms wide, open up the hearts. Breathe out, bring the hands across, right on top of left. Turn the palms to face each other and interlock the fingers. Raise the arms overhead. Breathe in. Lower the arms down and circle them into wrist stretch. Halfway, or if you can straighten the arms all the way out, do so. Come back. Back up overhead. Release it down. Take a big opening heart breath. Bring them together, this time with left arm on top. Palm to palm, interlock. Inhale up, just where your shoulders comfort permits. Bring it back down. Circle it in, up or out. Feel that wrist stretch. You may not get as far as Radhika, but just see what you can manage all the way up. And release it down. Rest the hands on the thighs. Have a short pause, grounding. Feel the feet connection. Feel the sit bones and thighs. Shoulders easy. Heads lifted tall. Feel that breath flow in and out through the nose. Breathing slightly longer than everyday breathing. Good. Let's move into some work around the hips now. Some of this class is going to have a bit of emphasis for that hip mobility as well as strength on the lower limbs. Sitting a little bit forward on the chair. Take the knees as wide as you can, but keep the knees still in line with your feet. Make your backs nice and straight. Breathe in. And as you breathe forward, hinge forward from the hips, trying to bring the chest in between the thighs. Stretching forward wherever comfortable. Hold here for a few breaths. Breathing in, coming back up. Stretch those arms up, extend that spine. Good. Now, we're going to turn to the chair right. We're going to bring the right leg forward of that side of the chair. We're going to extend the left leg back behind you. Try to stretch it back as far as you can, but be on the ball foot with the heel lifted. Keep the body upright. We're trying to feel that stretch in the front of that left inner hip. Take a few breaths here, enjoying the stretch. Good. Coming forward. And let's try the other side, left side, with the right leg back. Feel the stretch in the front of the hip. Sitting tall. Keep the chin in, head lifted, shoulders relaxed. Lengthening out through that back leg. Up on the toes, heels lifted. Good. Coming back to the front. Feet seated on the floor. Now we're going to bring the right knee up and then place the right ankle to left thigh, hip cradle position. Make sure it's the ankle, not the foot. Flex the toes a little if you need to protect the knee. Sitting even, sitting tall. And then gently bend forward from the hips until you feel that stretch in the outer hip buttock on that right side. Again, just enjoy the stretch. Remembering we're all different flexibilities, so you may not be coming for as much forward as Radhika is demonstrating. Good. Release that side, lifting up. Stretch out your knee, take any pressure off the knee. And then let's swap sides. Left knee up, ankle to right thigh, knee opened. Adjust the toes. Make sure there's no pressure on your knee joint. Sitting even, lengthen through the spine, hinge forward from the hips. Supporting yourself where comfortable, breathing easily, enjoying the stretch. Remember, stretching is meant to be fun, so take the inner smile. Don't have to take it seriously. Play a little bit as you do these actions. Coming up, legs to the floor. Bring the sit bones forward and the arms back on the chair sides. Draw the shoulder blades down. Support yourself with the back palms and lift the breastbone up to the sky. Coming into a simple seated chair camel variation. Take a few breaths here. Relax, hands to thighs. Ground yourself for a moment. Feel that breath in and out through the nose. Calm and steady. Let all tensions go. Great. Let's do another variation of the wide stretch. Take the knees wide apart, in line with the feet. They might be able to go a little further this time. Place the hands on the thighs, a bit towards the knees. Lean forward a little bit, keeping the spine extended and straight. And you're just going to twist right shoulder towards your left knee. Opening that left shoulder backwards behind you. Ease yourself up. And let's do the other side. Leaning forward, hinging. Left shoulder towards right knee. Open that right shoulder backwards. Keep the spine lengthened. Breathing easy. Good. Ease yourself up. Sitting upright tall, raise those arms and lengthen the spine. Enjoy that breath. Breathe out and down. Let's turn to the right into that lunge stretch. Reaching left foot back. Now, be upright. Bring the hands forward in front of you. And from the waist and spine, twist to turn to the chair back, placing one hand on either side of the chair back. Holding the stretch in the lunge twist variation. Keep stretching back through that left heel. Great. unrotate, ease yourself forward, and let's lunge to the left. Right foot back, long and lengthened, open up the hip, twisting with that upright spine to face the chair back, hands either side, soften your shoulders and neck, rotating from the waist, keeping that left heel extended. Slowly unrotate, turn to the front, prepare for hip cradle variation. Bring right knee up, right ankle to left thigh, even the weight, sit tall. Bring the hands forward holding the elbows. And we're going to twist. Firstly, left elbow towards the knee. Keep that back lengthened. And now, right elbow towards the foot. Twisting. These variations just how to release our connective tissue in different ways and help to restore our mobility fully and completely. Coming back upright, let's swap sides. Lifting up with the left knee and put the thigh even and lengthened, holding the elbows in the opposite way, leaning forward and rotating elbow to knee first, opposite elbow to knee. Lengthen, opposite elbow to foot. Release, ground the feet, hands to thighs. Take a short moment to just settle. Enjoy the sensations in the body and the breath. How's the energies changed? How are you feeling in mind and body?
It's quite warm. Warming.
So we've got one more round to go. A little bit deeper again. So let's take the knees wide apart, feet flat, knees aligned. Sitting tall and reach the hands up overhead. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Keep that length as you lean forward towards me. Keep lengthening, and if you can, reach the hands forward towards the floor. Reaching down and forward. Again, if this is too much, just do what you can. You might even find at home you need to place your hands on the stool rather than the floor. Take a few breaths and just release into those hips. Okay, keep the length. Inhale, come back upright. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, lower those arms. Now we're going to do a slightly different lunge to before. So this time we're going to keep the feet a little bit more parallel. We're going to have right leg a little to the side. We're going to stretch the left leg out to the side with a straight. You've got to be sitting pretty close to the chair edge, but don't fall off. Now you're going to lean forward and place your hands onto your right thigh. Keep the extension. And now, like a skater, spin that right hand back. So you're looking up towards the moon. Again, we're winding up that connective tissue and getting a stretch in a different way. Keep that left leg extended and long. Keep that spine lengthened. Breathing gently. As always, arm revolve first. Ease yourself up and swap sides. Left leg, right leg out, flat feet, more or less parallel. Lean a little towards your left thigh, heart's open, hands on the thigh. And then revolving that left arm up as though you're looking up towards the moon. You may not be as bent forward as Radhika is showing, because again it will depend on your own flexibility. Try to keep that right leg extended out to the side. Remember to keep breathing. Okay, unwind first. Ease yourself up. Feet together parallel. Right knee to chest. Right ankle to left thigh. Hip cradle posture. Sitting tall. Raise both arms up overhead. And then reaching out and forward. And if your flexibility permits, you're going to try to reach towards the floor. Again, you may not get to the floor, you might be placing your hands on a stool instead. Be mindful of your left foot or your right foot is not strained. Knee is not strained. Ease yourself up, long and tall. Release the arms, release the knee. Left side, knee to chest. Ankle to thigh, open out. Even and level. Should be getting the hang of this now. Reach it up and lengthen. Keep lengthening as you fold forward. If you can, hands could come to the floor. If not, to a stool or just resting on your legs. Very good. Coming up. Release the left knee. And just settle, ground, and find that breath again. Now we're coming to the time of hard work. We're going to really work our thighs and lower limbs now. We really want to develop some strength. So we're going to sit well forward on the chair. Feet are about hip width. The goal is to keep your knees well aligned to your feet. Don't let them roll in. Take your heels back as far as you can, but still be flat. Now, keeping the backs long, you can lean forward. I'm going to get you to stand up very, very slowly. No momentum. Coming up slowly. And when you sit down, do it the same way. So there's no going flop. Sit slow, slow, control. If you find you're in a chair that this is impossible, grab a blanket and put it on it and to lift you up a little higher. Being higher will make it easier. Let's practice that now a few times in whatever level you're doing. Just going up and down without momentum. Radhika's going very fast. Now we want to do it very slow. Slow, slow, slow. With complete control. Keep those knees steady. So Radhika certainly doesn't need the blanket, so she could take that away. Just keep working. Remember to breathe. Notice how Radhika's knee just folded in there. That's a typical thing that happens for many people. So really make sure that doesn't happen as you practice. Now, we're going to make this even harder. We're going to make it a single leg version. Now, there's many levels to this. The first level, we're going to place the right foot back and the left foot's going to be just a quarter of your foot length forward. So now more weight is going to be on the right side. So try that sit to stand now with slow control. Up and down. Now, if you're stronger, the foot could be half a foot forward, or even right forward with it off the ground. This is your sort of highest level. But the goal is always to keep steady through your knee and use no momentum. It's got to be very, very slow, whichever version you're doing. Let's try the left side now. Quarter foot is the starting position, so left foot takes the load, the right foot about a quarter foot length forward. And depending on your strength and ability, you might take it more forward. But the moment your left knee caves in, that means you've gone too far and you need to take it back. It's really important not to overdo this and lose control, or you could end up straining your knee. Slow, working those thigh and glute muscles. Do as many as you can until you get a little tired. Okay, center yourself briefly. By now you should be feeling very hot, very well worked out.
Surprising, isn't it? It's like you really get hot. It's a really good workout.
Now we're going to do a little stretching. First one's the simple chair camel, so I'm going to get you to slide forward and come down onto your knees, with the bottoms touching.
You can have your blankets underneath your knees as well. Okay.
Radhika's just showing that if you've got sensitive knees, put some padding. So bottoms touch the chair back. Reach the hands back on the chair where comfortable. Could be the side chair rather than the top chair if your shoulders are uncomfortable. And like before, we're going to lift the heart breastbone upwards, getting that extension through the whole spine. The head goes back a little, but not too much. Be careful not to strain the neck. Hold for 2 to 3 breaths. Then relax. Now we're going to come into chair bridge. This is a tricky one. If you find there's too much pressure on your back, leave it out. Radhika's going to bring her legs forward. And she's going to lean back to rest her upper back onto the chair. The knees are bent like you would do a normal bridge. Heels under knees. She can support her hands on her, like the elbow hold position. And using the glute muscles on the back, she's going to lift her bottoms gently up and then lower it back down. 3 times slowly. This is quite tough, so remember, if this is too strong, leave it out. Now if you want to make this even harder, bring the knees close together, feet close together, and try doing it with one leg. 3 little bridges up and down. Keep the heel flat, lift those bottoms. Once you've done 3, try the other side. Now you're really starting to feel the hard work. Very good. Now to come out, Radhika's just going to release her hands, support herself to the floor, and she can just bring herself slowly down her bottom to the ground. Take a moment just to rest it out. Now she's going to turn the chair just to demonstrate this. So she's going to bring the chair around to the side on, to just help see this practice. And she's going to stand to the side of the chair, or sit to the, kneel to the side of it, the fronts. So come to kneeling. She's going to do the chair dolphin. Elbows are going to rest on the chair with the palms interlocked. She reaches the elbows forward. She reaches the tails back, keeping them in line with the hips. Make sure the elbows are not wider than the shoulders. To protect the back, keep her tummy muscles toned. So she's trying to get the emphasis of the stretch into her shoulders and upper back area. Breathing. So feel that stretch into your back and upper back. Very good. Release the arms out. Ease yourself to kneel, and we're going to come up to stand into chair dolphin posture. So standing up, sorry, I should say chair downward facing dog posture. So you're going to walk back a little bit and place the hands on the chair seat. Walk the legs back as far as you can get the arms and body in that straight line position as you would for downward facing dog. Hips lifted in line with ankles. If you're really tight, knees might have a slight bend. Roll those armpits inward to protect the shoulder joints. Lengthen through the crowns towards the chair. Now, return slowly forward, walk your feet into the chair, come bring yourself upright. Standing close to your chair, but not too close. You're going to place one foot up onto the center of the chair in a stable place. Lean slightly into it. Keep those back straight. Reach the arms out and twist towards the bent knee. Placing opposite hand to thigh, the other hand behind the back, and looking back behind you. In the chair, standing lunge. Breathe and release here. Feel strong through the foot that's on the ground. Strong and stable. Slowly release yourself out. Get your balance and step off. And try the second side. So lightly lean into it. Your knees aligned to ankle. Stretch the arms and twist to the bent knee using the waist and upper back muscles. One hand to thigh, the other hand behind the back. Looking around behind you. Be strong and grounded through the stance foot that's on the floor. Enjoy the lunge twist stretch. Slowly come back out. Take a breath pause. just the last couple of standing practices. The first for the hamstrings and another for the hips. So the first one, you have two levels. One facing the chair seat. You're going to place your leg on the chair seat straight, with the legs straight. Sitting or standing up tall with the backs extended. So if you've got really tight hamstrings, you might find this is more than enough challenge for you. If you're more flexible and your balance is good, you could come in a bit closer and see if you could place your foot up onto the chair back. Now, many chairs have different heights of their backs. This chair's got quite a high back. You may find your chair back is a little different. If your chair back is uncomfortable, remember you can use your towel and put it on the back of the chair to support it so that it doesn't feel so much strain on your ankle. The foot can be flexed or extended according to what feels best for your hamstring. Try to avoid any twist through the pelvis and keep those spines lengthened. The stance leg is grounded. Very good. Let's swap sides. So remember, stage one, chair, seat. If you're more flexible, chair, back. If you find your chair's a little unstable, as your Radhika shows there, have the chair resting against the wall, and that will keep it more stable. Remember to breathe. Firm the front thigh, release and lengthen through the back hamstring, the back of the thigh. Very good. Slowly release. Now you can also do chair pigeon. So first level is to place one foot in the middle of the chair with the knee rolled open, and try to position it so the foot is in line with your opposite hip. The knee might not rest fully onto the chair. It just depends on your flexibility. You could always use the blanket support. So Radhika is quite flexible, so this really creates no challenge. But if you're very tight, this could be more than a challenge enough. Now, if you've got more flexibility, Radhika will demonstrate using the chair back. So she'll turn the chair around.
This chair is almost as tall as me, I realise.
And she may or may not be able to get her leg up onto the chair back in a pigeon variation.
Doing my best. Okay, something's there.
So you can see this can be quite advanced work, quite challenging. So don't force yourself, And again, choose your chair height back. A lower chair height might be better for you, or even a tabletop might work well for you when you first start. Okay, let's swap sides. That could be onto the chair. Radical, just stay with the chair, but if you wanted to use the chair back, what to do. Always remember, you keep that foot aligned to your opposite hip. The knee's turned out. There's no strain on your knee. You could make this a little higher by putting a blanket. So there's lots of ways you could sort of challenge it. We'll bring it to the chair back.
I think like a tabletop
Tabletop
would be better because I'm not very tall.
can work well. So this is for you. Remember, experiment and work out what's the right height for you to feel a nice relaxing stretch. This is the playfulness of yoga.
That was good.
Be comfortable and don't injure or strain yourself. Okay. Now, we've got our peak posture now, so we're going to come back to sit on the chair. Take a moment to ground yourself and take a few breaths. Get yourself centered. Feel that breath flow in and out through the nose. Feel the feet grounded, the thighs and sit bones grounded, and length up through the crown. Now this peak posture is quite tricky, so if you're not ready for it, remember just use one of the previous sit to stand or single sit to stand practices that we did. Radhika's now going to bring her foot into hip cradle position. She needs to be sitting well forward on the chair. She needs to have her heel as back as far as she can, but heel still flat. Sometimes when you first start, you may need to use a little support with your hands to guide this, to keep it safe. And basically what you're going to do is to try to stand up and sit down slowly with control. Our ultimate goal is to do this, keeping very stable, keeping the knee aligned to ankle without using support.
I think I'll try the other side now. That's good.
So this is one to play with, to work with over time, to develop that skill and strength. Higher chairs easier, lower chairs can become very challenging. Remember to do it in a way that doesn't cause pain or strain to your joints. And do it slowly, not with momentum, and with full control and good balance. Okay, have a little rest.
Oh, yeah.
You worked really hard. Let's just take 3 breaths and we're ready then for relaxation. Excellent. Now for relaxation, we're going to use the chair again, and we'll probably make use of the blanket. Radhika will turn the chair side on to help demonstrate. And she'll grab the blanket so it's close by so she can place it underneath the hips. She's going to come and lay down on her back. This is what you need to do, lay down on your backs, close to your chair. She's going to place the blanket underneath the bottom.
Okay, start again. Blanket's close to the chair, sit on the blanket. Are my feet going to go up here? Okay. I'm going to sit on the blanket sort of sideways, then turn myself.
And swing the legs up.
Swing the legs up. You can rest your feet or your thighs.
Make sure the chair has a soft base so it doesn't dig into your legs or ankles. Radhika definitely needs this blanket because this chair is quite high for her legs, so she needs that support so it would feel like she has support for her back and pelvis. She's not hanging in the air. So this is what you need to be aware of yourself. So you position yourself so you feel relaxed, you can let go and be very comfortable. The arms can be to the sides or on the belly. The head is resting, jaw relaxed. We just let ourselves go. Heavy heels, heavy calves, heavy back pelvises, heavy upper backs and back shoulder blades, heavy arms, heavy rested heads, heart soft, abdomens relaxed, awareness just on the breath. Just relax and let go. There's nothing to do now. Just surrender and completely enjoy the relaxation. Now you could choose to stay and rest here longer, but when you're ready to come out, this is the best way to do it. Slowly bring your knees into your chest. Release the back. When you're ready, roll to your side, off the blanket. Take a little pause. You had your feet up and head down, so you've got to take your time to come up so the blood pressure can stabilise. When you feel ready, just slowly bring yourself up. Always checking that you're not feeling too lightheaded. And then once you're upright, pause for a moment seated. Take a breath. And we'll finish this class here now. If you like this class, remember to check it in our YouTube channel, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, or check us out on our website, yogaplustherapies.com. I hope you enjoyed this class. From Radhika and James behind the camera, until next time, Namaste.
Namaste.